Good morning and sliding into afternoon. All right, we are going to be doing Sending Good Thoughts, alternative number 3, here on Teach Me Nana, Judy Allen, here in San Antonio, Texas. And also do Adventurous Stamping. So there you go. So let's go down the hands and let's do this third alternative. All right? And if you didn't see alternative number 2, go check it out. Sophia and Nana did it, and it's a very entertaining video. Short and entertaining. So here we go. These are some of the ones we have already made. All right, so I'm just going to put them aside because we're making another alternative, right? And I just want to show you I still have plenty of goodies left in my box. And then we're going to be using, so I keep all my previous paper pumpkins, little, we call them spots, ink spots, and I keep them. So we're going to be using some from my stash of what I've saved just in a year. Just in a year. And that's what I have left after my special peeps rated it. So they could have a variety of colors in their own stash. So today I'm going to use some alternative paper. I shouldn't say alternative paper. It's cardstock that's not in the kit. All right, it's what it really is. And it's Stampin' Up. They tell you what coordinates. And so I'm doing this because this is what I send to my customers. I send them coordinating cardstock to go with their kit, so they can make alternatives, do whatever they want to. So we're going to use one of these today, and we've already ruled them out. We decided we'd go down with this one right here. And this is just balmy blue. And we're just going to fold it in half so we have our cardstock. So it's 8.5 by 5.5. We fold it in half. We have a regular cardstock. And I love this kit because I'm all about the beach, right? I love the beach. My special peeps love the beach. All right, so all I'm doing is taking this here, and I'm going to come and we're going to put it on here like this. I've already sort of decided that. And what I'm going to do is I've got these sponges from previous kits, and I've just quartered it. It was big and round, I quartered it. So I've already sort of been playing around just to give you an idea with some colors. So basically I'm going to take this gray granite, and I'm going to actually just put it on here with a sponge at the bottom. And then what I did is, this is actually early espresso that I stamped on. I'm not going to use the first stamp because it's dark. I'm going to use stamp off and use the second stamp off. And that's what I get here, and this is what I get on the third stamp off. Okay? So basically what I'm working on doing when I'm making this creation is I'm going to make it look like the beach. You know, like you're going to the sand and our feet are in the sand. And we're going to find a bottle in the sand is basically what it's going to amount to. All right? And I just take it. It's a clean sponge. You know, some colors will stain. And you don't have to worry about that because it's not there. So I'm just taking this here, and I'm just going to circle around and just get some color down here at the bottom because it's white. And just basically sort of where I want it. Because, you know, if you have not been to the beach, it's always an experience. With the seagulls, getting your feet in the sand. Some people, like my husband, doesn't like to get his gritty from the sand. It washes off. Such a good experience. It's a good breathing experience. All right, so I'm just going to sort of do this around. Because, you know, if you go to the beach, you got the waves coming in. You got the sand there. And it's already got a little bit of texture looking right there. So I'm just going to add a little bit more, okay? So what I'm going to do is, like I said, I'm going to take my early espresso. And if you've not been to the beach, it's always like, depends which beach, okay? Because I've been to the Destin Beach in Florida, and that sand was like confectionate sugar. It was super soft. I actually go down more on the Texas side, and it's sandy. You know, it's sort of gritty, if you want to call it that. So I'm just going to stamp off, right? Let me give me another piece of white paper here. I'm just going to take mine here. And I'm just going to do it like this here. That's stamp 1. And then we're just going to come over here. And I'm just going to keep on adding it, right? Until my color sort of wears off. Because if you go to the beach, it's not smooth, right? It's not smooth and flat. Maybe where the water just came up and, you know, moved everything around. But as a whole, it's not, right? So I'm just going to keep on doing this around. It's going to remind me of the little bits of sand that's out there, and some of it's seashells, right? Some of it's little small seashells, and you got little seashells that like work their way in the ground and all. And I think that's about it. I don't need a whole lot, but I just want to give it some texture right beyond the other, because that's what you get at the beach, a lot of texture. All right? So from there, I'm going to add my bottle. All right, so first of all, yes, please be sure to say hello, give me an emoji, something, because we do a drawing at the end of the month on the last Sunday, and we give away door prizes. So you do not want to miss out on the door prizes, because like this here, we saved some of the ink spots I have. If I got the regular color, these I had old ink spots, but you know, if I have some extra ones, I would give those away. We give stamp sets away. I might even give a set of cards away. And it's pretty much been stamp sets and stuff like that. Alright, so I've got this already stamped inside. Hello, Jennifer. It's so good to see you. It's always good to see you. Alright, so all I'm going to do here is I am going to get my cutter out. So that is not in your kit. You could do this most probably with some sharp scissors. I'm not, because I am the person that can trip over a rock that isn't there. Okay, so I'm just going to take my cutter here. I don't need it. I just need it big enough, right, to just stick the bottle right in here. Is all I'm wanting to do. So I'm just going to come right down here in the center, and I'm just going to cut it a little bit here. Let's see if I can get it. Maybe get it straight at least for you. 2 3/4 if you really want to know. All right. So I'm just going to take it. I'm just going to take it for about an inch. So I'm going to start at this here. I'm just going to make sure I do at least an inch, okay? Because there's some other options I have before I finish this up that I might do as well, too. Because I don't, we're going to see if that's big enough. If not, we'll make it bigger. So it doesn't look, it'll get there. It's not going to maybe get, I'll make it a little bit bigger because I wanted it to tilt just a little bit more. So it's good to know I did it on 2 inches, right? I know it was 1 3/4 of an inch. Okay, there we go. And the reason why I can see the slice here. All right, so I'm just gonna take it a little bit more that way, and come down here and take a little bit more this way. All right, and let's see if I got it big enough now. Because I just wanted it to look like it was coming out of the sand, right? Because we're always, I don't know about you, but we're always, when we're at the beach or walking the beach, and we're always looking to see what we can find in the sand. You know, anywhere from sand dollars to shells and to anything else. So see, that's what I want. I just wanted it to look like it was coming out of the sand, right? Okay, so put my cutter away now. That was just the easiest way for me. I am the type of, because these are very pointy and sharp, right? And I could have done that, but I felt safer doing it this way. So I don't have to, I don't want to put this down because I want that 3D effect. And I'm going to put this up on dimensionals too, but at least I want to show you. Now, the other alternative that I wanted to look at doing as a possibility is I literally took this circle here and I flipped it over and colored it to make it look like the sun. Because I love to go to the beach at sunrise. You can ask any of my kiddos, my peeps, any of them, and they will tell you I enjoy going to the beach at sunrise. Now, I don't know if I can get the sunrise effect that I want here. Let's see what we got going. Because I know I'm going to put one of these guys here. Because you will always see the seagulls. You'll even see pelicans. I love seeing all the sea life. It's always amazing because there's a lot of sea life going on, right? All right, so I can get my seagulls in. I can get my sunrise if I want to. It's just a matter of where I want that sun coming up. Because if you've ever seen the sun coming up at the beach or going down, the sun looks gigantic, right? So I think I'm just going to leave it right there. Is where I'm going to put that. So I just want to sort of scope it out before I started anchoring everything down, because I have my little message here that I can put, and I'm going to stamp right here and put this on here. I can tie it on with some ribbon. So what's going to make this all pull together is when we start putting things on dimensionals, right? So let's do that. So I'm going to start off, and I'm going to put this one here, the background, on dimensionals. I'm going to leave that bottle there because that bottle is exactly where I want it, and I'm going to go ahead and anchor it on the lower part with a small dimensional. You'll give it a little height, allow me to keep my 3D look here and loose, but at least it's anchored and it's not going to slide around on me, right? I could put a glue dot, but I'm fine with this because I want it sort of slanting upwards, right? Because it's coming out of the sand. And I found broken glass on the sand. I've never found a bottle with a message in it. Most I wouldn't know what to do if I found it. Okay, so anyway, see, we're just going to have it coming out of the sand. And then I'm just going to put this, like I said, up on regular dimensionals, which I always have plenty left over from the kits. I showed you what I still had left over in the kit. So I still have plenty. We have a couple more weeks. Yeah, I think maybe just one more week before the month's over. And we will have our last Sunday of the month. I don't know. August has 31 days, so I'll have to double check my calendar. Let me get this on here, though. Because it's all about creating an alternative, making it simple, and giving it to somebody, right? It's all about creating, sharing, and giving. So I do hope you, it was a lot of fun when Sophia and I was creating. I'm not sure, I think we did more sharing than creating, but it's okay, right? That's what it's all about. It's about having fun. All right, let me go ahead and get the sun on here. Now the sun I am going to put up on dimensionals. Let's see here if that's going to work for me, if it's going to be too high. I'm going to put it on lower dimensionals because the larger dimensionals are a little bit higher. And you can see I just flip this over, use the back of this. I use the sponge just like I did for the sand, and I colored it with the crushed curry that was in a previous kit. And so that's why it's always important to save your stuff from previous kits. You can keep on using the blue and just do the blue in here. That's fine. But I saved mine from previous kits, so I can use them too. I'm going to put that sunrise right back here. And those seagulls know they're out there in the morning time just waiting to see if you're going to give them something. You know, and they will. Most things, I think of only one time tried to give them something that they really were not interested in. I don't remember what it was, but it definitely wasn't potato chips because they like potato chips. And I think they like cookies too, if I remember correctly. And so, see, I don't really have to know where the horizon's at, right? I can just put the seagull anywhere. But, you know, I do want to see the seagull. So I'm going to be able to make the seagull out. Just put him right there on the edge. And then I have these other seagulls, and I'm going to just put them on small dimensionals. Small dimensionals what came with the kit. And I'm just taking the large dimensionals I have from previous kits to use. But see how nice they just work behind the wings and all. So, yeah. Let's see. Let me get us some more here. Because actually, I sat there and saved ones from previous kits and used it all up first. I could tear it off, but I really wanted just a small, tiny one, and I might just have to tear it off. Alright, let me just tear it off then, because I'm thinking out of my stash of leftover stuff. Oh, here we go. Since I was doing my stash of leftover stuff. Right, because I can keep on using it until it's gone. I had already punched out some more birds because I wasn't sure how many seagulls and all. And I always like to leave myself with choices, right? And I'm going to actually just let that wingtip cross right over to a little bit of that blue because I can, right? Because when you create, you can do what you want to do. And I hope I did that. Yeah, okay, good. Because I got to make sure I got it over far enough. Let's see here. So yeah, I'm just putting two on here because they're not very big, right? I'll just go see if I can go with one on that one and make it. If not, I'll have to come back and do something, but it's okay. It's okay. We're not going to sweat the small stuff. So I just let it cross over a little bit on the blue, okay? Just helps pick those wingtips up nicely too, as well. And then from here, I'm just going to put a tag on. Let's see what I did with my little white tag that blends in with everything else white that I just most right covered up. I did. So if you think that was something I couldn't find my early espresso earlier because I actually did. So I'm actually going to stamp this in the early espresso because it's going to show up really nice. I could do the blue in the bottle as well. Let's see here. Thinking of you is what I wanted to do. Thinking of you, because I am thinking of you. As I go and create and prepare and I think of different things I want to do, I think of you. So, it doesn't matter if it's you watching or watching the replay or whatever, or if you're one of my special peeps, I'm always thinking of you. I'm always thinking. How's it going, baby? I'm always thinking. Alright, so let's get a little bit of the string here. We'll make a little bow. I'm just going to snip it off there, believing I will make it happen no matter what. And I'm just going to put this here. And for all my special friends that live by the beach, think of me today. I'm really wanting to get back to the beach and get me some beach time. I think I should do beach time once a month. But anyway, you know, you do whatever you need to do. Should just refresh, right? Take in nature. And you know, I can always make, you know, these kits are easy to take with you too and create. It's not hard at all. Now for me, I'm just going to go ahead, I think I'm just going to tie a square knot. And I'll tell you why. Because it's so tiny. And for me to make a bow live is always exasperating with this little string. And I didn't make one in advance. Sometimes I try to make one in advance just so I can stick it on. But it's okay. We're going to be brave today. We're going to be really brave. Alright, so I've got my little square knot on there, which is nothing but left over right, right over left. I'm not going to I could leave it like that and just let it, I think I will because I can, right? And just let it just hang out there. Oh, yeah, I don't have to have a bow. If I was at the beach, my bow wouldn't last anyway, right? So, there we go. That was just a quick executive decision. How about that? How does that sound? Alright. It's a good thing my peeps aren't with me right now. Everybody's gone to school. Everybody's back to school. So Nana will have to find out how everybody's first week of school is gone. And I'll have to find out how the parents are surviving it too. Now see, there's not a lot of fuss with all this. The bigger fuss is making the bow and the fact that I don't have the paper off the back of this. We just got a very nice, simple card. Square knot, so I don't have to worry about it coming apart, right? And if you thought didn't get it right, then just make another knot, right? And I'm just going to trim this. I'm just going to let it trim and go. You know, it's sort of like the flow of the beach. Just let it go. Miss does it with my hair, so I'll just leave it with the string. It's not going to hurt anything. So there you go. Here's our alternative for today. It's just nice and simple. We just use some sponges. We use the sponges to do this down here and do this here with some just different colors. We use the stamp with a stamp off. So instead of using the early espresso this dark, we stamped off and then just came and did a second and third stamp to get all the different colors. So there you go. Very easy to do. Sponging's easy to do. And you can make a beautiful card very simply, right? With just using the stuff in the kit or for previous kits. So I hope you enjoy this and I hope you share this with others. And if you're not following us, I hope that you also follow us not only here, but also on Instagram, YouTube, where we also post all of our videos, and also on Instagram and Pinterest. All right. With that, be blessed. Go out there, create, share, and give that card to somebody. All right. Look forward to seeing you next week with Teach Me Nana. Bye.